How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. We are reacting to The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 5. Episode 5. Now. Interesting title. We didn't get, last episode wasn't even then, and then now. I also didn't realize last episode was Here's Not Here, not He's Not Here. I completely did not realize that. I kept saying He's Not Here instead of Here's Not Here. Here's Not Here, I have no idea what the hell that means. If anybody knows, let me know. Like, in reference to Morgan, Here's Not Here? I actually don't know what that would be a reference to last episode. And it was written on the walls and stuff, too, but I always thought it was He's Not Here. I guess I was just reading it wrong. I don't know. But anyway, this episode is now, which is happening now, in present time, I guess, with the groups coming back together at Alexandria, I suppose. That's my guess, anyway. Let's find out. Full length, $8 a month. Picture-in-picture, you don't have to sync it up at all. Go check it out. Early access, $4 a month. That's all much for the reaction. Okay, so let's talk about this episode. It's a very Deanna-focused episode. I mean, not like she had the majority of the focus of the episode, but it felt very... she had the most development this episode and everything. Which is good that she's getting her mojo back now. She is still a little bit unhinged. Clearly she is going through a lot still, and it's going to take a while for her to truly come back. But the quote that she wrote down on the paper is probably going to help her a lot, because it was the full quote is, well, I'm not going to say it, but there was a little bit more before the dollar whatever. But the full thing is, be patient and tough. Someday this pain will be useful to you. And so she is taking it in stride. She is like, I have to, like everyone else here, accept that this is the way things are now, and and she was seeing what everybody said, I did this, I may have done this, but I also did this. I may have done this, but I also did this. And now she is trying to, have the same thing happen. Even if this has happened to me, I still have to provide for these people. I still have to do the good thing as well. And so I'm glad that she is, she's realizing that. She's realizing that everyone else is going through similar stuff, and she has to deal with it like everybody else is. And then we get Spencer stealing all the stuff after that speech, completely going back on what he said. Well, I guess not technically. But, just throwing it in Deanna's face like, oh, you're the reason we're all like this. It all happened this way because you made us this way. Which isn't incorrect. But it's also all their fault, too. None of them wanted to face it either. Even Spencer himself, back at the talk. With the meeting and stuff. Everybody here has been resisting this. Not just Deanna. Deanna has been the one that has been leading it, saying, we don't need to carry around the guns, we don't need to learn how to do this and that, and blah, 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 we don't need to learn how to protect ourselves. But nobody wanted to anyway. Even when Rick came here and tried to help them, they didn't want to. They also said, no, we all agree with Deanna. So, while it is true that she did want this for them to, not have to fight to just, her pie-in-the-sky dream, as she calls it, or, but it's everybody's fault. It's everybody. Everybody just wanted to, not open their eyes. And now, they do. And I mean, that's really what this whole episode was. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to like this episode, or didn't like this episode, I should say, because it's pretty slow. Not a whole lot happens in the grand scheme of things, but it really is needed to show everybody in Sanctuary. Like, they have been slowly over the course of, but this is the big moment where everybody, realizes that this is how it is now. Like, now came up so often, because it really is, you can't ignore it anymore. Cannot ignore it. You hear it constantly outside now. Because the walkers are 20 deep, surrounding them everywhere. There's no way out other than the sewers, and even that seems pretty goddamn dangerous, so if they get attacked, they're fucked. But they probably won't get attacked, because we do have a natural guard of walkers surrounding us 20 deep. It's pretty good. Again, I don't think this is going to keep it into the actual... I don't think I made it into the reaction, but as I brought up, if one wall falls, like, that's all it takes. It doesn't matter if, like, the zombies take down 3 walls or whatever. It's not like they have to do that. If one wall goes down, all of the zombies are in. And at the very least, that's 20 immediately. And then the 20 surrounding them on either side. 60, that's just, no. It's going to go bad real fast. So it's not like a thing of like, maybe it's a good idea to keep them around as a deterrent for other people. No. One bad thing, and then we're fucked. You definitely don't want that. No more chances. Aaron seems like he's moving up to a main character status. Also, I was very worried at, like, towards the end of the episode, I was like, oh no, are they going to try and start shipping Aaron and Maggie together? Because I legitimately forgot that Aaron was, already in a relationship. Well, I mean, he was gay, maybe he's bi, who knows. But, like, yeah, I completely forgot he's in a relationship, just because he doesn't seem to care. Like, again, it's the whole Maggie situation. It was brought back up in this episode with Maggie, which is like, I burned his last picture because I thought I'd never be away from him again. And it's so hard to take these relationships in the apocalypse seriously when they don't feel like either of the character actually loves each other. But yeah, so we had, again, Maggie, not being able to have the privilege of being able to know what happened anymore. Now we don't get that anymore. But yeah, I mean, like, dude, I like cried over Tyrese. I cried over Noah. But then Glenn, who's been around for way longer, I didn't even really cry about, and I'm not even really that sad about, because it's so hard for me to care about him at this point. I really hope that the writers of the show can start to make their relationships feel more like the characters are real people. What else do we have? So yeah, Ron's whole thing with Carl and then with Rick and everything, because it's a show, I'm like, fuck you, Ron, you're going to tattle and everything like this. But realistically, in real life, Ron is doing the smart thing. If Carl went out there after her, either he would die, or someone would find out, and then they would go out there and die, or then they would send, just gonna keep sending more and more people out there and getting more and more people killed. It's just not a good idea. I know Carl's like, I want to go out there to save Enid, but I get that that's what you, it's your instinct, it's what you're gonna do, it's what I would do, but at the same time, I can't fault Ron for doing what he's doing, because he is saving lives. He is. And he's owning up. He's like, I need to know how to protect myself, to protect my mother, my brother, this place. Teach me how to shoot. I'm glad everybody is improving and maturing. We also had the stuff with Denise and Tara, which I don't really have anything to say about. I like Denise, I don't know what it is about her. I just don't care about her. Like, her and Jesse are, like, the only two characters in, even Jesse I like a little bit more. Denise, I'm just kind of like, she's the doctor character. I don't know. I am interested. I mean, like, I'm not interested, but, like, I get her struggle. I get it, she's not a real doctor. She's having to do her thing here. She's researching all the time. But, like, every time we go to the Denise stuff, it is boring as hell, and I really don't care. Like, I am the first person to be like, people probably gonna say this episode was boring, but I think this episode was fantastic. Denise is fucking boring. I don't care. I don't particularly like Tara either. Like, I'm attached to her, but I don't, like her character. I'm not like, oh yeah, Tara's character fascinates me. Like, nah. Tara's just, like, around, and she's cool. Like, I liked her, and her. I like her a lot more in the book than I do in the show, and I mean like the novel. I don't think she's in the comic at all, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't know. It's not really the show version of her. I'm just like, meh, little bit too generic white girlish. Just like, it's not a whole lot going on with her there. But yeah, so I don't know what the hell that kiss was about. If it was about just a relief thing of like, thank God, because of the advice you gave me, I saved his life. Could just be that. I don't know if she was coming on to her, because I really didn't pick up on any of that. But, especially, I mean, like, again, Tara could just be bi, but, because I was going to say, because of the governor thing. But, still, didn't see any hint towards that, and, seems a bit forward, bit rapey. So then, let's talk about Jesse and Sam and Ron and Rick and just all them together. Jesse, I do like watching her struggle to be a good parent. Even though I do think she is a horrible parent. She tries, but she is just a really bad parent I mean, I guess not in, like, major... It really just in the Ron thing. I guess I'm just stuck on that. I guess I'm just stuck on her being such an asshole of, my kid went outside the walls, and he went miles away, almost fell off a cliff, but Rick, don't put your hands on him. That conversation is so stupid. God, it made me hate her so much. Up until then, I was just like, alright, she's just whatever. But that just made me like, oh, I really hate her. She's so stupid. But she seems to be, I mean, she is. She wants Rick to help her now. She's in a relationship with him now, it seems. Yeah. She seems like she's going to be a much better parent going forward, but that was just rough, and it's hard for me to like her after that. But I'm slowly getting back to it. The whole scene with Sam was really nice. I really, really liked that scene. It actually did, like, get me kind of emotional. Not like in a crying way, but just like, it was a heavy scene. I wasn't expecting to feel that much for a scene that had Jesse in it, but it was a good scene. And, like, Ron acting out all this, because, yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time, but just the fact that she's about to get in a relationship with the guy who killed his father, it's a good thing that Ron has sort of realized the real reasons behind this, and has come to terms with it, and is now fine with talking to Rick. I don't think he's trying anything suspicious, but I could be wrong. But yeah, that's it. A lot went on this what am I trying to say? This episode. Not a whole lot to talk about. Like, a hell of a lot happened. But it's kind of like very, I don't know, self-explanatory character stuff that I just talked about in the reaction. There's not a whole lot I have to go into after the fact. This was a pretty surface level episode. Except for the thing at the end with the whatever the hell that was on like the very, very last shot with the wall and the drippy thing, if that was blood or whatever, if there was like a hole the blood was getting through, so like the wall is weaker now or something. I don't know. I have no idea what that was. That was the one thing I probably could delve a lot more into and talk about and theorize, but I have no idea. Got no fucking clue. But I just love that all the characters are growing as people, coming together as a community, and Deanna had those whole plans that she was coming up with and stuff, so we're going to get some renovations, baby. But I'm not sure when this is going to happen because we got a hell of a lot of other problems to deal with first. We didn't see Eugene at all this episode, I just realized. That's interesting. He's like the only one we didn't see. Oh, I actually didn't talk about the Rosita and Spencer stuff, which I assume they're maybe trying to do a ship there because they do seem to be doing a ship then with Abraham and Sasha. And I say this loosely in terms of the characters are kind of flirty with each other. I don't necessarily mean they're going to get into a relationship, but I mean it in terms of, like, they are ship baiting these characters. They are having the characters flirt with each other to put it in the minds of the watcher. And I wouldn't even call, I mean, a little bit earlier, Spencer was definitely flirting with Rosita and stuff, but not this episode, I'm not saying that. But anyway, she did tell him, keep doing what you're doing, and then he just goes right back to eating the fucking crackers, because, like, that is what he's doing. His thing is just, like, I'm just gonna keep, like, nothing I did was good. Like, he doesn't think that what he did was deserving. He said it as, like, oh yeah, what I did, yeah, I let the wolves in, but I also shot the driver. But he's like, but I kind of just got lucky with that. I was just kind of fucking flinging around. And it is true. If what he's, I mean, it's not his fault, though. It's more, it's Gabriel's fault that the wolves got in. He was the one watching the gate. He should have seen that the gate was open. Yes, so it's his and Gabriel's fault. But ultimately, it is more Gabriel's fault than anything else. So let's not blame yourself, Spencer. Let's blame it on the man who really deserves it. Wasn't Spencer also who said, like, yeah, because he asked, I believe it was him, who asked Gabriel to close up. And he told Deanna that. But still, he should have watched and double-checked. And God, my face is so washed out right now. I am way too white. But yeah, that's Spencer, I think, is going to do some dangerous shit, because He doesn't. He is very self-deprecating, in a way in which outwardly he is blaming everybody else, but clearly he is blaming himself. And doing this thing of stealing and drinking and eating all this stuff as a way to punish himself. Like, well, if I get caught, then it's my fault, you know. But anyway, that's it for this episode. I will see you guys for the next episode. Until then, get the fuck out of here.